Alright, video response of sorts, reaction video, The Truth Part 2 by this inspirediam person. Yes, I mean this is just charming, this little bit of text. Yes, waste our time, thank you very much. Yes, in the 18th century, people said things and they were full of crap. Yeah, come on already. Please already. You put that crap in the description. You don't need to sit there and write in a video. Durr. Alright, so now you've wasted a minute and a half. Let's see how far it goes. Come on. Come on. Yes.
Good afternoon, or actually it's good morning.
Really?
I wanted to try to expand upon the video that I made yesterday called The Truth with question marks, because life has one of those things, well, has a term that, or a concept that we call variables.
Oh, I mean, there's just, you know, what is this we? Who are you? You all? You and Einstein. Yes, we call it variables. Okay, yeah, let's go a little further than that, and we'll see if it adds up to some sort of wave particle theory.
And depending on which variable is added to the discussion, well, it could cause one to actually think about that and how it might change.
Alright, now does any of that make any sense to anybody with a functioning brain? You add variables to a discussion? Oh, please.
How one might actually perceive what I'm trying to say, or it actually can take me to a whole new avenue, if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. So 2 minutes and 13 seconds of my life wasted. Thank you very much.
Whole new avenue of thought. So what was I talking about yesterday? Was I talking about that I don't believe that there is truth? No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, right. You meant that there's truth that I believe in, and then there's lies that you believe in. I mean, that's all you're saying here, is that you somehow know which truths are truths and which truths are not. I mean, but you won't explain exactly how you make those determinations, how you discriminate between bullshit and the truth, right? Yeah, the way you do that is you provide a proof, like in court. You go to court with evidence, and you provide evidence, and then you tie the evidence all together with a logical argument, like, well, we have fact 1 and fact 2 and fact 3, and if you add those facts together, there's really no way that asshole isn't guilty.
I believe that we do have facts. However, it was considered at one time to be true, the truth, that our earth was flat.
Alright, so this makes absolutely no sense at all. You do understand that we evolved from monkeys, right, from apes, alright, and that we start off with absolutely no information, and we had to acquire every single bit of knowledge in our knowledge base, and that at some points in that transition up the, oh, I get it now ladder, that we drew wrong conclusions, because we didn't have a teacher to tell us exactly what the truth was. We had to figure it out for ourselves. And so, yeah, we got some things wrong in the past, and we acquired more information, and with the more information we realized, oh yeah, I get it now, I can see how this whole thing works. Okay, but there's a point, you know, that it just, our ignorance scale doesn't just stay the same. The line of ignorance doesn't just stay the same, it's a curved line. And once you, it's like if you're learning chess. You start off and you don't know what the hell's going on exactly, and then you find out what the different pieces do and what the potentialities are, and then you find out strategies. And eventually you acquire a knowledge base that's pretty substantial, and you understand basically what can happen, and you're not going to be surprised anymore, okay? Like some pieces don't fly off the board, and you learn all kinds of facts about the game. Like, all the squares don't have trapdoors, and there's no, it's like little boxing gloves don't pop out and punch your piece off the board. You learn lots of things that can't happen or aren't possible. Yeah.
And then new information came to light, and
yeah, well, look, your whole point here is that you believe there's some new information that's going to come to light. So all you do is you present some evidence of how the horizon has some horrific fog on it, and we can't distinguish that it's a sailboat, 50 feet away. That somehow the sailboat isn't a sailboat, that we didn't evolve, that matter isn't just doing this matter thing, energy conversion thing, that there's really some little Poindexter in the corner somewhere who's playing the universe on his, Atari or something. Well, if that's your theory, then present some evidence of it, some glimmer of evidence. Just a little bit of evidence would be nice. You have absolutely no evidence that any of the things that have been talked about in videos that you are wagging your you don't know the truth finger at are wrong. So why don't you prove one of the stipulations made in any one of those videos wrong or suspect, instead of just doing this, well, 200 years ago people thought things that weren't true. That's not evidence of anything to a logical person.
the truth changed to the earth is round. That's what I meant by that.
Well, do you think that truth is going to change again? Do you think the world's going to be square, or it's going to be like a quadratical or something, or like an isosceles triangle, or a cuboid? I mean, what exactly do you think is going to happen? Do you think that's suspect knowledge now? Do you think that piece of truth, okay, is suspect? We should doubt it?
I just am one that finds that if anyone states that they have found the final say, the final truth to the answers to all of our questions in regard to our existence on this earth, I just pause.
Well, I guess you should point out where somebody actually did that first. Okay, so if you're going to make an accusation, I guess you should make it specific. That would be helpful. And let's cut you some slack and just say this is a little hyperbole and you're exaggerating a bit. Still, the burden is on you. If somebody proposes that this is the solution to a problem, it's your obligation to show how the theory has weakness. Just saying something like, I think it's weak, is fucking weak.
And I question that.
Oh, you
That's
question
what I
it.
mean by that.
Based on no evidence. Thank you. Question things without evidence. That's just brilliant. That would really work in a trial, right? Well, it probably would if the jury is full of whatever. Yeah, I just questioned. Oh, no, yeah, you found a gun in his hand. Well, I just questioned that. I mean, somebody could have put it in his hand, and he might not have noticed that somebody had put it in his hand. Fuck. Just make up shit. You don't like the truth, so you're just going to make up some crap.
Let me give you an example here. I have been doing a little bit of research on my The Rise to Modern Science course.
Oh, please. Yeah, we'll skip over this. Yeah, so you read from a book that says you don't know the truth? No, I'm sorry. That just doesn't work either. You have to actually make an argument. These aren't arguments. This is just crap. Absolute crap.
World. The reformers saw movement
Forget this shit.
climbed upward toward increasing complexity and greater perfection. Thus,
Oh, so yeah, so she has this theory that this guy's right. So now we have this concept of perfection in evolution. So now organisms aren't just competing with each other for dominance in a niche environment. They're actually going to establish something called perfection, Well, a dragonfly has been around for 300 million years. Is that perfection in your opinion? Is that the perfect life form because it survives the longest? Oh, please.
In the 18th century, the chain was reinterpreted. Reinterpreted. Okay? So the truth was then reinterpreted, and it's going to be now another truth. It became a plenitude of possibility.
Oh, and the Lord said, "Let there be morons." And there was morons. And the Lord said, "It is stupid as fuck."
These, not all realized at once, but in time.
Oh,
That's
and you
what I mean.
and you know when the time will finally be up, right? You will let us all know when we are smart enough to know, huh? We'll all go to you and ask you, do we know enough yet?
By what I'm saying about the truth. Because the philosophers that have contributed to the scientific advancement to this, you know, in the past and up into this day, are all about possibilities.
No, they're all about presenting a theory and backing it up with evidence. I mean, the ones that are of any value, they make an argument. Yeah, that's what's in their book, their argument. Like the Benatar book, right? It's an argument defending a theory.
And as stated here, when you bring in new scientific evidence, they take a look at...
Well, why don't you tell us the new scientific evidence that's been discovered since, like, Darwin, okay, that has really changed how we understand what a human being is. What exactly would that new scientific evidence be?
An old philosophy, implement the new evidence, and come up with a new philosophy. So you have great minds that are working together, that are constantly evolving concepts.
Yeah, again, show me the evolution. Show me. Give me an example of this new evidence that it is something other than the basic diagram drawn by Darwin. That we have come from some other place and are playing some other kind of game. I mean, explain consumption, reproduction, cannibalism, and addiction. Now explain what else there is.
So for me, for someone to say that they know everything there is to know.
You don't need to know it all. Again, okay, if you're learning chess, you don't need to know how heavy the pieces are. You don't need to know what kind of material they're made out of. You don't need to know their atomic weight. You don't need to know a lot of things. All you need to know is how they move, what the game is, okay, how you play it. And we know that about what we are.
Or enough to know that they have the cure or the answer in regard to all of life's questions. I dare, what is I dare to differ?
Yeah. But you have no evidence, you have no reasoning, you have nothing. You just have, well, I'm a pontificating twat, and I'm just going to say, I don't like that. Yeah, well, guess what? That's pretty fucking useless. 11 minutes of, I just don't want to believe that.
It seems to me that the very essence of a philosopher is one that keeps their mind open.
Oh, geez, again. Yeah, so exactly. So you tell me exactly how anybody making videos on this subject matter that you don't care for, you demonstrate to me the fact they have ignored, the truth they have ignored, the evidence they have ignored. Would you demonstrate their lack of an open mind to a rational and reasonably presented theory that differs from their own? So you want to provide me some fucking evidence? Or again, are you going to just present me evidence to things that are complete crap? Okay? And you're going to force me to debunk your truther theory or some other nonsense about, you know, epigenetics or some other kind of crap science.
Possibility. And this, from what I've read here, doesn't seem like that the philosophers from the 18th century or the 19th century felt that life was just merely a DNA molecule, a need machine.
Yeah, and who had more evidence? Okay, who has more evidence? A human today or a human 200 years ago? So, I mean, what good is this mumbo-jumbo bullshit argument? Of what value is it to sit there and argue in defense of past ignorance? I mean, we're mapping the genome. Is any of this new evidence doing anything but validating the theory of we are just a psychology trapped in something that was started 4 billion years ago by a cell that just incidentally made a copy of itself? Do you have something, has some new piece of evidence demonstrated that a flaw in that basic concept? No. It's all validated, that theory.
That was not worth anything. That we'd be better off without us. I'm just not getting that impression.
We would be better off without us. I mean, just even that, you can't even go to the trouble to phrase this correctly. There would be no we without us. I mean, that's just kind of silly. No, the idea is that the universe would do just fine without us. Okay? Argue that theory. That the universe doesn't need humanity. It doesn't need our presence.
Readings thus far. So with that, I will end this video. And I will be having my very first discussion on stick cam.
Ugh, whatever. Yeah, good luck with that. God, you're just so annoying. Anyway, yeah, so enough of that one. Let's go find, I might as well do this guy real quick. This Hannibal guy. Whatever he is. Yeah, he made some, I'll do his last video just because, you know, I don't want to get into a whole thing with this guy. Well, I mean, I would, but there's no real point. So let me just see what his newest video is. And we'll trash that. Or something like that. Why can't you just make, I mean, these are 8 minutes, 2 minutes. I mean, can't you make better, longer videos than this? Statement of intent of the argument of the, well, let me try that one. Annoying guy coming up very soon. Okay. Here he is. Annoying guy. Let's start over. Good. I like that. I'll give you a fair chance.
And I'm posting this as soon as possible.
Okay, go ahead and do that. It's very soon. Possible.
The first question that needs to be answered by every antinatalist discussing this in this forum needs to be,
yes, boss.
Is there or is not a meaning to life? In other words, do you believe, and does your philosophy believe, that there is a meaning to life?
Oh, I mean, could you ask a more inane and nonsensically uncontextualized stupid question? I mean, life creates meaning. You're just missing the whole point, right? I mean, the whole point of the argument is life creates this value equation, okay? You can hurt a living thing. You can't hurt a rock. You can't even hurt some living things. It's only particular living things that you can actually harm. Okay, and that harm is a meaning word. Harm is a meaning word. Yes, and there's no meaning if there's nothing to harm. So as your question is there meaning when there are harmable entities in existence? Yes. Is there meaning when there's not harmable entities in existence? No. Get it? Oh, God, you're stupid.
That is the first question that needs to be answered. I will accept nothing else.
Oh, so I have to ask a question that can't be answered without a qualification, and you will accept nothing else. But yeah, I can't possibly answer a question without qualifying the answer. Okay? So there's just no way. Meaning is created by sentient organisms in the universe. The universe has no meaning if there are no sentient organisms in the universe. Understand? I don't think you do.
Then the answer to this question, because all that follows from that simple statement will give validity to your arguments. If you say no, then you cannot make any more argument from that statement, because there is no morals any longer. There is no objectivity. Everything.
You really do have it all backwards, right? You don't really understand that the word meaning doesn't create meaning, okay? That something else creates the meaning, okay? That the parts do it. There's little things that have to exist for there to exist meaning. And so then you have to have a discussion about the things that create the meaning, okay? The word meaning doesn't create meaning.
Is subjective. It can be justified in any way you want. So, I repeat the question again. Is there,
thank you.
Or is there not
just so brilliant
meaning in life?
Meaning in life. Now, what the hell is an in life? I mean, if you said like meaning in the universe, okay, then I can answer the question by saying, yes, there's meaning when there's sentient beings. There's no meaning without sentient beings. So subtract the earth from the universe and there's no meaning. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, in life, what the hell does that mean? Of course, there's meaning. Once there's a sentient organ, all you need is one. Put one wounded soldier on Mars. Now the universe has meaning. Because now there's a welfare at jeopardy, okay, that needs comforting. Yeah, that's the whole problem. You just don't even get it, do you? That's the whole point of antinatalism, is that you create the liability by creating the human or the sentient being.
Your system of thought. And because I keep getting the same nonsense over and over again.
Could you quote it, please?
You cannot answer this first basic question.
It's a retarded question. I mean, really, you shouldn't ask such an inarticulate, obtuse, crooked, bent, rubbishy question with such arrogance. You know, it just makes you the fool.
I am simply going to end the debate.
Oh my God!
Once again,
what a crisis!
If you view that as defeating me, I'm okay with that.
Cool, you're defeated.
Because frankly, I don't care.
Well, frankly, I don't know why you're making a video then.
I have no desire to talk into a dead phone all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what. See, you want to play some little word game here. You're just not getting it. See, the other people have a sincere concern that there's this horrid equation that we're basically, you know, wasting suffering. We're wasting it. And that's sort of an important thing. Like, you don't want to be fucking wasting that shit. All right? And you want to just play some kind of word game and pretend that, oh yeah, I can somehow trick them. Well, you're not tricking us, number one. And number two, you're insulting the whole thing you called meaningful. You're the one saying that this has meaning, and here you are trivializing the subject and playing little word games.
Remove the emotional status from your argument. We're not talking about emotion. We're talking about pure...
Oh, whatever. Right. So Martin Luther King shouldn't have been emotional about the fact that his people were being beaten in the street. I mean, it's just such a crock of shit, fella. Okay? Yeah, real life is emotional. Everything that we're talking about, if it has any meaning, asshole, guess where it derives meaning from? Because it does create an emotional response. Because it does have such gravity and importance that it's going to affect us emotionally. It wouldn't be logical if it didn't.
Your logic. According to you, this is a purely logical argument. So let's start from the very first premise. Do you or do you not think life has meaning?
Now we've changed it. Do you think life has meaning? Well, again, yeah, of course it has to have meaning. It involves, well, not life, okay? So let's qualify it. Sentient life, okay? Yes, sentient life forms are meaningful.
Answer that question, then we'll proceed. If you don't answer that question,
where are we going to proceed to? What, now next we're going to like draw sailboats in blue crayon. Well, maybe yellow crayon, so they'll stand out against the blue crayon water. Yeah, this is really fun.
then we cannot proceed.
Okay, you tell me.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
Okay.
You silly person. Anyway, so yeah, make some more videos, please. I mean, I can go back and play your other ones, but yeah, I mean, can't you just tie this up a little better? I mean, you know, 4-part videos that are 5 minutes long. Come on, doesn't make any sense. Anyway, oh yeah, I think I've already said the fuck you. So yeah, fuck you, and till never, or somewhere around then.